What is going on, everybody? We are back on it. March 1st, exactly. Vinland Saga Episode 2. This will be going up for my Patreon members. I'm not sure when this will get to YouTube, maybe a week or two, three from now. Just came off of Episode 1, so I mean, there's tons of questions, tons of speculation, so it's not worth trying to dive into. I mean, I have 20 minutes worth of information. So, half of my questions could be answered in Episode 2. 3, 4, I mean, it's hard to kind of dictate and pick a direction, side, who's doing what character when I've only had one episode and not even probably introduced to most of the main characters. I will say in the opening, though, the little kid, I mean, they show him growing up, so I don't know if I forget, Thoris is the old man and Thorfinn is the kid, or Thors is the old man. Not old man, but the father. I don't know if like, is he supposed to be the main character? Or does he die off and, his son becomes like this just hard-nosed assassin kid? I don't know who the story is going to be following here. It has started with uh Thor's. So we'll kind of see what direction it transitioned to, who ends up being the main character and kind of all that stuff. You guys did tell me there's a lot of I mean, it's based off of historical people and, historical places, and that they've stated that we saw in episode 1. So we'll kind of see, and kind of what the main goal of the anime is. It's just the people that are living in this Greenland, Iceland area. They just want to get off to a paradise place. We know there's a lot of politics back and forth. Some of you referenced it has its back and forth, kind of like Game of Thrones. I don't know if there's going to be some overwhelming force that rich and poor alike have to band together to fight and stop. Or is the main goal just to get off this shit piece of ice to a sustainable living place? So we'll see, and we'll go from there. I fast forward through the opening, to avoid copyright purposes. So I'm watching this on YouTube, so I'm 1 minute and 30 seconds into episode 2. Pressing play right now. I forgot to ask about voice actors. Is that All Might? So they attacked them while they were... Yep. That'll do it. They're all out there with no weapons, no clothes, no nothing. Don't spare the women or children. Wow. That's easy. Caught them slipping. And unless there's you guys let me know, there's no superhuman abilities or supersonic powers or demons. It's just straight up human, so I'm not expecting anybody to start flying or instant transmission or shooting laser beams. That kid was really playing dead back there. He's got the right idea. If I could eat meat / Korean barbecue every day, yeah, by his logic, you gotta be a strong warrior. Your little ass isn't going anywhere. Uh-oh. Is he gonna get out of there before that ship gets in? Dude is yoked. I mean, we saw him basically. I mean, we saw this dude take on like 10v1. He's got the strength of like 10 human, 10 regular men. Him and his buddy. So even though there's not supernatural humans with powers and healing abilities and speed, we saw this man. I mean, we kind of saw that in Game of Thrones too. Like, general men didn't have strength, but when you had the Mountain and the Hound, they could, they had the strength of like 10 men. Could slice men in half. This is a trained army. Dude's head is a straight square. He doesn't even know about his own. Yeah. Oh, that wasn't a flashback. That happened recently. He's not going. Yeah. They're gonna bring you in. Yeah. Mm. Is that his sword he's giving him back, or he's making it seem like he doesn't have a choice? How the hell did they find him? Like he said, he's at a small village at the end of the world. Jesus. That wasn't obvious. But that's a threat. I'm gonna have to put these hands on you. Oh god. Makes me think his father's gonna die. But to say, you guys have never fought. These are sweet summer childs. Oh fuck. Don't kill him. Don't do it. Fuck. He's gonna kill everybody in the village. Either join or we take it out on the village. They're gonna raid the village. He doesn't join. Strongest army in the Northern Sea. Guessing he agreed to join, or oh god, he's gonna let him know what's up. They need them to build a ship. Oh, he's going. So what happened? Uh, I guess he agreed because clearly the village was gonna be in danger. Good. But then he's got a family now. Couldn't do that. Yeah. How did they find him is my question. Where's your little ass think you're going? If he never ran away, this village probably wouldn't be in jeopardy. If he didn't run away, he probably wouldn't have the life he has, the wife, the two kids. So the Englishmen, the people from England, actually from England, or the land that is England, they attacked those Vikings. Like that just happened. I thought that was a flashback that Thors was kind of going over. Oh shit, my man's trying to get ready. He's over here dotting everybody up on the playground. Oh god. Oh. Oh shit. My man said, "I'm getting ready. I ain't got time for this." So that just happened. So I thought that was a flashback to when Thor was younger or something. But now whose allegiance is to who or what? I don't know. I got to find out who serves what king or does what or etc. etc. Still doesn't mean he should go around dotting the fuck up out of kids though. These guys are so screwed. They've never have they swung a sword at a real person in their entire life? Yo, someone get better get his little ass before he accidentally stabs somebody. Shit, he found his I'm guessing that's his war chest. His weapons are probably so big and heavy because he's so strong that Thorfinn can't even probably hold it. That's gonna be sharp AF. Don't do it. Bruh. You just barehanded that. That, yeah. Who's the enemy? Like, That's what I'm saying. Who's your enemy, kid? Who is it? And I wouldn't be grabbing a blade that carelessly in those times. Infections are serious. Kid, you're 6. Bro, let that go. You're gonna have to look over his ass. I wonder if they ever see each other again. Or there's gonna be some like Ned slash Rob Stark thing, like when he goes, that's it. They don't see each other ever again. Either Thor's dies out there on the battlefield and Thorfinn finds out about it, or the war just ends up going so long and everything that it could be years before they ever see each other, decades maybe. Who knows how long this war will take? Anybody gonna save this dude? Because he's definitely dead on the next one. Dead. Are they there to attack them, or what's this? Oh, it's them doing this. Oh, these guys are teaming up together. Okay, they're all on the same team. One's a little more strict army, and other seems to be kind of loose. For his dead body? Who? Oh shit. Are we talking about the same person? Okay. Why are we doing this? So he wants him dead, so... Oh, hold on, before that plays. Why, So, is there an actual war happening? Why does he want Thor dead? Because he was a deserter, and, deserters have to be killed, etc., etc.? Um, Basically, I'm just trying to think of any of the backstory that his guy Floki, is that his name? Um, the whole spiel he just gave about, the king wants you, that's how bad he wants you, doesn't care that you're a deserter, like you lead this group, etc. Is any of that true? Um, or did he just happen to luck upon hearing about where Thor's is? Oh, that guy, the deserter, let's make up an excuse to kill him. And just to be sure that we won't have to deal with any revenge, let's get all the kind of the men in his village and their best ship to come as well. So we can just wipe that out in one go. Um, That's what I'm trying to find out as far as like the motive behind this. I think it was Thor's voice, or maybe an older Thorfinn, that did narrate that beginning scene where the Vikings were attacked and killed. So I don't know if there is an actual war happening going on. Um, Maybe everything the guy did say was true, but he just doesn't want to follow Thor's orders. He'd rather be in charge. Um, because why else would? Because he could just, with the group of men he has, they could just kill him. I would think. I don't know if he could take on a full-fledged kind of cavalry size army of 50 or so men that seem to be all trained, decent fighters. Does he need a whole separate squadron? So maybe everything he did say was true. He just doesn't want to thaw. So they went and got him, and maybe he could tell the king, "Hey, I never found him," or he refused, so we had to kill him, type thing. Um, Loki looks like him and his men aren't going to try to. He wants to kind of pawn it off to somebody else, maybe because he can't. Maybe emotionally slash physically, he doesn't think he can beat him. But we'll see what kind of ambush plan they have, why they want to kill him again. I don't know what's true here and what's not. Um, but we did find out what happened at the end that there in episode 1 when we saw him stab that guy like way underneath the water. Like, did he? I always wondered, like, did he just swim back to the surface and just like rejoin the troops? But he said, I guess that was kind of his shining moment where he's like, I don't want to do this anymore. Fight and kill people and take lives. So, kind of a classic story that you'll see in movies and things. You have this big kind of brutish character that's super strong and is killed in his past and can take out 10 men with the swing of a sword. And then at one point he's just like, this isn't me, I don't want to kill people, and he goes and lives a secluded life out in the middle of nowhere, starts a family, but the government or the agency or the king, the general always ends up finding him for, like one last mission, we need you to come back type thing. So I've seen that story multiple times, so we'll see what's true and what isn't. I kind of like the feel here. Again, I've got to see who serves who. He said, hold on, I want to go back and get that part there in the beginning. He was talking about, yeah, let me get this right here. Northern England. Okay, so they're in England, but it's a Vikings base, maybe a Viking station base inside England. Is there treaty among them? I don't know, because it looks like there hasn't been war going on, but when the Englishmen attacked, did that kind of void any treaty? Yeah, this is Thor's voice. The Vikings bathe on Saturdays, and he says the English knew about their custom. And again, they're walking underwater like Johnny Depp, Pirates of the Caribbean style. Like, do they have their heads under a canoe? Like, how are they? How's this working? And then attack them. The Vikings' little base. They attacked Englishmen. Why? I mean, they're caught with their pants down. Literally, they're not gonna be able to survive this. They killed the women and children too. Don't spare women or children. Those are the king's orders. The king ordered this. Because why? Of course they find out. And then I want to go fast forward to the conversation that the two of them were having. Just kind of I'm trying to get information on who's serving who, who's fighting who, without Googling and spoiling everything. Let's see. It says something a little bit here on who was killed and what happened. They made a surprise attack by English troops in Danelaw. Sister. These are people I've known. The King of Denmark was one of the victims. Okay, yeah, we're just kind of piecing that together, but we'll kind of get that as we go. But I'm solid episode. I like seeing kind of like the Game of Thrones setting, the older setting, people like getting ready for war, the backstabbing back and forth. but we'll kind of see what happens, and we will go from there. So Patreon members, you guys should be seeing this today, actually, March 1st. And then tomorrow we'll have Demon Slayer, and I'm hopefully going to have a podcast up today, if not by next Sunday for sure. And we'll go from there. So like, share, favorite, subscribe. Help us reach 6,000 subscribers, whatever the time is you're seeing this. Y'all take it easy, as always.